Last video I talked about early extension and using the body track where my student was going out towards his toes. Thanks, got a lot of comments about that, wanting to do a follow-up video. So here it is. You may or may not all have one of these physio balls, but you can use it at the gym. You can get one on Amazon. This is $15. Really easy to do at home, and it can be really helpful. So what I'm going to do, okay, is go ahead and set it up on my hip line. I like to have it pretty low. I mean, not so low that it's going to like fall off. Pretty low here, and then slightly more towards my left butt cheek. Now I'm left-handed, so for your righties, towards your right, and we'll get into that more in a second as to why. Now, with a lot of poor golfers or golfers who struggle with this, right, what I see is that when they come back, right, their hips don't turn back and they start to, hey, ball falls off the wall. Okay, so step one for this, right, and again, I'm barely touching it here, right, I'm not pushing or squeezing back on it, right, just enough to capture it on the wall. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here is as I come back, I'm gonna first shift a little bit into my trail side. From here, I'm gonna turn and kind of push that left hip back behind me, right? This lead knee, it's not gonna lock up, right? It's not gonna add more flex into it or the ball's gonna fall, okay? Right, it's going to keep some of its bend. I turn back here. It's gonna keep some of its bend, but it's gonna slowly straighten out behind me, okay? When I do this, my head moves a little bit to the left, but also, so it moves a little bit to the left initially and then stays pretty centered, okay? Right, now, as I come down, my first move, okay, is a pressure shift forward, okay? Really important. All right, so my trail knee kicks towards my lead, okay? What I see with players who struggle is that the ground pressure, right, you typically goes kind of back and towards the toe. Death, right? That's gonna bring your path out. Okay, extend those hips early. Right? What's up?
I was going to go to the bathroom. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. You can come on in.
I don't want to interrupt.
No, it's already interrupted, so go for it.
Sounds good.
Thanks. All right. All right. So on the way down, what we're going to do here, I'm on the wall. I'm going to shift forward. And I'm going to get the sensation that I'm going to use my lead leg and push back. Okay, so I'm forward, my lead leg is straightening out, and I'm pushing back. You can see that my lead hip is going forward and then back behind me. Okay? While I'm doing that, I'm trying to keep my chest as much as I can down over the golf ball. Okay? One drill you can do, right, is you can take your lead foot, put it up in the air, and as you come down, you're going to plant and then push back. Okay? Right? The reason we early extend is just lack of knowledge, first off, and understanding what to do. But that club, right, is swinging really fast. Depending on how hard you swing, it's swinging, hey, out towards the golf ball, right? You're swinging a piece of steel, a heavy stick out that way, your body's going to want to follow, right? So we need to have a force acting back upon that, and here's where the ball comes in, right? If you can keep that ball on the wall and understand these concepts, right, and not go back and out towards your toe, and make sure you're shifting forward and then more into your lead heel, you can definitely help yourself make better contact. One other thing I suggest is make sure at setup you're close enough to the ball, because if players who early extend, right, they like to stand very far away from it to allow themselves to, hey, kind of jump towards the toes. If we don't get into a proper setup a little bit closer to the ball, right, then we're not going to be able to make the right move. If you were too far from the golf ball, knees all slunched over, right, and you actually did do the right move, you could whiff it off the toe. Okay, so let's make sure, check your setup, make sure you're not too far away, and go through the progression here with the ball. And yeah.